Hey guys, today we're going to talk about motherhood and loneliness. We often focus on the physical of pregnancy beforehand and afterhand, and we don't give enough emphasis to the mind, to loneliness. And this is what I'm going to be covering today, my mindset on it, how I overcame it, and how you can overcome it also. So let's take it back to the last few months of my pregnancy, which were the hardest few months. And in those few months, I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't go out that much, couldn't go for coffees, couldn't go, even it was difficult to just do the food shopping. And I didn't really get to see anybody. And what I noticed in those, especially the last few months before the pregnancy, a switch up in the family and friends. I heard from them less. I seen them less. Now that was down to me as well because I wasn't physically able, but also they could have called to the house. This is what I noticed in the last couple of months, and this is where the loneliness started to kick in. My husband was at work, and he only took off work when obviously I went into labor. And I was fortunate enough that he was able to take 1 month out of work after, because I don't have much family around that can help me, and he's from Brazil, his family is in Brazil, so we didn't really have a lot of support. And so I was so grateful for that month he took off work. When he went back to work, I caught some glimpses of time when I felt kind of quite lonely, and I noticed that my friends didn't really check in that much. I remember when my friends had babies and when I became distant with them, but it wasn't intentional. It was just one of those things that, like, our paths didn't really align anymore. And well, that's what I taught myself. But now that I'm in this situation, I believe I was a shit friend. Like, I should have made that effort, and I can see now why maybe friends, families unconsciously are doing this, because I did it then with friends that were pregnant, and because they couldn't come out anymore, and in that time I was like going out, partying, whatever, and they didn't really fit that friendship anymore. So it's harsh enough to say, but I just let those friendships kind of sizzle out. And that was my own fault. That was my own doing, because I was kind of one track minded. And now I wish I didn't, because now I know how it feels. I know how it feels for friends and family not to contact you, to do this new experience basically all alone, like once my husband went back to work. And it's quite a difficult time. It's probably the most difficult time of your life in the first few months, because especially for a new time mom, like, you don't really know what to do. You're facing new challenges daily, and the only thing I could do was call my husband and talk it through and see his suggestions, or even calm me down, or even just cry on the phone because I was overwhelmed that day. But as the months went on, I didn't really feel any alone. I started to get a new perspective, and I started to think, like, why do I feel like I'm missing out? Like, I can't go for coffees, I can't, like, go to the cinema, I can't go shopping with friends. And you know, they're all kind of superficial things, and I was thinking, do I need those things to be happy? No, I don't. And for the first time in my life, I got a new perspective in life. It's like, all I need is right here. This should be what fulfills me. This is what should make me happy. Not looking forward to the weekends, not going out for coffees, going out for brunches, spending endless money to get that quick dopamine. This right here, this baby, is all that I need. And yeah, you can still talk with friends and text them or whatever, but I don't need that. I felt like I needed that, but I didn't need that to make me happy. I had the happiness right in front of me, which was my husband and my baby. And when I started to feel lonely, like I didn't have anybody, I would take my son and we'd go for a walk, or we'd go on our coffee dates. I have someone that's going to be with me forever. I can do everything with him. We can laugh, we can dance, we can enjoy the day. And for the first time in my life, I felt whole. I was like, not becoming a mother doesn't mean you're missing out on things. You can do these things even more now. Just bring your son with you. Bring your best friend with you. Someone that's not non-judgmental. Someone that adores you. Someone that smiles, laughs with you. Someone that you can watch their new adventures, watch their new firsts. If you are feeling lonely and overwhelmed at home, you just have to change the way your mind, you just change the way you're thinking. Because I know we are conditioned in society to live for the weekends, and if you don't leave the house in 3 days, oh, there's something wrong. You have to be socializing. If you don't have friends, you're going to go crazy. We are conditioned to believe this. And I believe that. I believed if I didn't see my friends for every few weeks that we would have nothing in common, and maybe they will disappear and go with other friends that are more available. And what I have learned is that people are living their own lives. And instead of worrying about who's not reaching out to you, who hasn't called around, who hasn't organized a coffee date, lunch date, you need to focus on you. You and your baby and your husband and the life that you are building together. What they're doing in their life makes no difference. This is your moment now to build something. And if you're unhappy, get up, get out, go for a walk. Go for a coffee date with your children. Take up a new hobby at home. Yeah, I know the days are kind of repetitive, but find the goodness in every day. There's so much negativity around us. Negative people. The weather is shite. The weather is good, but it's too warm. I'm sick of this job. I'm sick of my employees. I'm sick of this friend. We hear this on a daily basis, but we rarely hear positive things. So if we surround ourselves with people that are so negative, you're just going to be negative. If you go for a coffee date and your friends are like, oh, you missed out on this, you missed out on this, you're going home like, oh, fuck, I have no life. I missed out on this. It sounded so much fun. And it probably wasn't even fun. They were just hyping it up. This is what I mean. Choose your circle wisely. And if they don't align with your life anymore, it's okay to let them go. The best thing that you can do in this world is be a mother. And I would say block out the rest of the noise. The days are hard, the days are tough, but what I realized is this life is so short, and there's no point of being lonely and negative. If you really feel lonely, you could join a mother group. You can do different things. There's loads of options, okay? If you feel like you're missing out. But the first thing that you have to do is change your mindset. Change what you believe, what you have believed for years, what you've been conditioned to believe. That if you're not social, if you're not doing things, then you're not anybody. You are somebody. You're a mom. First and foremost, you're a mom. And the jobs that you do are paving the way for your child's development. And I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel lonely. I feel lonely sometimes, but it lasts about 2 minutes. And then I remember who I am and what I have created for my life and what direction my life is going in and what I want for my life. And then I don't care what other people are doing. I don't care if I don't see anybody for weeks. My husband and my baby. I don't care. Because I'm so comfortable now in my skin and who I am that I don't need validation from anybody. And it's such a freedom, because I was always crippled with anxiety, FOMO, fear of missing out, just trying to keep friendships all the time, keep people happy, people pleaser. Now I have this carefree attitude, and maybe that comes with being a mother. You attract what you want. And if you don't want to be lonely, don't attract that. Don't block it from your mind. Tell your mind, actually, I'm not lonely. I have this lovely house, apartment, box, whatever you live in. I have a husband that adores me. I have a child. I have everything I need right now. I'm not lonely. I could be far worse. If you are lonely, you don't have enough things on your plate. Create things. Create meaningful memories with your babies. Start a new hobby. Start a business. I know it's a business, but start something small. Make things. Sell them online. Find your happiness again. I know it's a powerful emotion. And I know it can attack. But you have to build your mind, because they crave on weak minds. You have to refocus yourself. Start creating your identity again. Your life isn't over once you have a baby. It's just starting, ladies. Be grateful for every minute of every day that you have. As cliche as it sounds, because we might not have tomorrow. So the key things: change your mindset, change your beliefs, and keep busy. And these are the effective strategies that I use, and I defeat loneliness. Thanks, guys. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe. Until next time.